so fine. She just suck it to me one more time and roll. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. To the window, to the window, to the wall, to the wall. To the sweat drop down my ball. My ball. All these bitches raw. All these motherfuckers. All these goddamn. All these motherfuckers. So they crook, so fresh, so clean. Then she put that question in her ass and me in the mind. This bitch is fine. I done came to the club about 50 times. Now can I play with your panty line?
She's a 10, but she always got a fucking attitude. And she always thinks she's right. And she always wants to fucking argue. And then if she don't ever get her way, she throws a fit and starts crying. Or just doesn't talk to me. And she's always fucking hungry. But when I ask her what the fuck she wants to eat, she says she don't know what the fuck she want to eat. Who am I talking about?
So, as you can see, this is a Latin woman in Arizona. You know, there's a named Tracy Rosie online. I don't know if it's her real name or not. I don't give a fuck. This is Arizona. This is some kind of office Halloween party. Okay, and she had the bright idea to wear blackface. Okay, some of you bitches is gonna tell me. Some of you bitches are gonna tell me, oh, it's a Halloween party and she's dressed up like her favorite celebrity or she's doing a thing from the Chappelle show, and I just see it as a rip and a burn. It's racist as fuck, okay? And I'm gonna say that openly. It's racist to wear fucking blackface and to be an asshole, especially when you're a supposed minority yourself. You're a brown woman of color and shit. That's why I don't, fuck with that whole people of color shit. I'm black, okay? I'm just gonna say I'm black. All right, we can argue about, my descendants are Native Americans, indigenous to this goddamn country, or, descendants of, you know, African, African descent or whatever shit. That opens up a whole nother can of worms I'm not willing to talk about. I want to say openly and shit, when you see racist shit in your environment, I don't give a fuck, work environment, whatever and shit, as a black person, you have a responsibility to just say it's racist, okay? Just tell them, say, hey, I think you're racist, okay? And if you go to HR, you tell them, hey, I think it was racist, okay? And they ain't gonna do shit but backpedal. They've been working on these, relaxing all these affirmative action laws and bullshit, which really don't benefit us, but they've been working on this so that they can be openly racist and act like dicks and shit, have inappropriate conversations with us and shit. And I want to tell you, I just don't, these days I just don't discuss no racial issues with someone outside of my community. Okay, I don't discuss my politics outside of my community. That's a very safe stance to take if you're going to be in any kind of working environment. Just be neutral. Don't say shit one way or the other. When they ask you, say, hey, don't say shit one way or the other. Just say, I don't think it's company policy for me to speak on that at this time. And most of the time, if you're black, like me, like when I tell people that shit, they just say some bullshit like, "Oh, you voted for Obama," shit like that, or but just telling me how great Trump was. What I didn't ask no question, Hey, this Tracy Rosie, sorry, bitch, Tracy Rosie of Arizona and shit, whatever fucking office that's look like an HR office or something, or a nurse office or where the fuck you work. You're a goddamn racist, okay? All right. I just don't have the energy for this shit, okay? And I could rip you a new asshole right now if I wanted to and shit, but what would be the fucking purpose of shit? You're never gonna change. You guys are tragedy and shit. People of color who, harbor that mindset, that minority majority mindset and shit, you're a fucking failure. Alright? Do you realize that racism is based on fucking color and shit? Like in the Crayola crayon box and shit. Is they got a black crayon, a white crayon. I guess you would be a brown crayon and shit. And the white crayon doesn't like you because you're a different color than it. Alright? They based a whole fucking society on this shit for hundreds of years. And yeah, you want to tell us what we're lacking as a people, as a group and shit, economically, interpersonally and otherwise when you got your fucking hands in a pot. stirring the pot all the time, and getting in there muddying the waters with your agents of chaos. Sometimes you have like a gray crayon and shit, and that gray crayon is mixed with white with black and shit, and it has a fucked up mindset. It's just the minute vagaries of it, leaves me rather lethargic and shit in my 50s. I'm approaching 54 in 24 hours. All right, and I gotta say, like, I have no hope that anything will change. I think racism is eternal, is as eternal as the human race these days. Okay, and we need to get it together and shit. But unfortunately, certain factors have to happen for black people to figure it all out and shit. And it's beyond my fucking lifetime and shit. Okay, I'm a misogynist, anarchist and shit, and I do believe we need a heart reset because of things like Tracy Rosie here and her Little John costume, a pathetic Little John costume. And then when you see her, she's just another like knockoff Latina and shit. Okay, I seen 100, maybe thousands of Latinas that look like this and shit when I lived on the West Coast for 3 decades and shit. Okay, you're blah. Okay, you're standard. There's nothing real. I banged a lot of chicks that look like this. Okay, with impunity, I banged. All right, no big deal. All you people talking about interracial sexual access and shit, you just out yourself as a noob. Okay, who's looking at like skin color as some like deciding factor about what someone's value, self-worth is. And it's really, you're looking at your own self-worth. You can give yourself a thumbs down and shit, okay? I don't follow no fucking crowd and shit. I ain't no goddamn lemming and shit, okay? And I don't believe in this goddamn, some of this Hitler Youth rhetoric that I hear and shit, okay? But I can honestly look this woman in the eye and tell her she's a goddamn racist and pathetic, okay? Now, you never seen no fucking black women with their face painted like light brown or something, with one big eyebrow, acting like Frida Kahlo or some shit. Or you see a bitch with a Salma Hayek costume on, but you always get these, these people, these brown women and shit. And why is it the women of these fucking are racists that do this the most embarrassing shit? It's because of goddamn, I've done mixing with feminism there and shit. The princess syndrome, you have no filter. Okay, you have no fucking filter and shit, okay? And you count on someone not being brave enough to look you in the eye because of your assumed attractiveness, your implied beauty and shit, and tell you what's what. I would tell you what's what to your face. I've done it before, shit. I'd do it again. I said what I said and shit. Okay? All right. I think I'm done here. All right? Tatango buen día, puta.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.